Have you ever watched someone speak in English and wished you could sound just like them? When you read words quietly in your head, your mouth often stays still and your voice feels stuck. But there is a simple way to bring your English to life, speaking out loud and echoing each sentence you hear. This technique is called shadowing, and it can help you gain confidence and improve your pronunciation faster than you might imagine. Imagine Emma, a travel blogger from Seattle, standing at the arrivals gate of Shanghai Pudong Airport. She has just stepped off a long flight, and her heart is racing with excitement. She wants to taste the famous soup dumplings and wander through the bright neon streets. But she also knows that clear English will help her share every moment with her readers. Emma has decided to use shadowing right away, even as she walks through the busy terminal. Shadowing means you listen to a phrase and immediately repeat it, trying to match the speaker's rhythm, stress, and melody. You do not wait for a pause. You repeat as you listen. This small change in your routine makes your practice active and focused. Instead of just hearing words, you push your mouth to form them correctly, and you train your ear and your speech muscles at the same time. Why does shadowing work so well? First, it creates muscle memory in your mouth. Every time you echo a word, you guide your tongue, lips, and jaw into the positions needed for clear English. Next, it keeps your mind fully engaged. You cannot drift off or skip ahead because you must catch every sound and syllable. Finally, you receive instant feedback. If a sentence does not feel right in your mouth, you notice it and try again. By correcting mistakes on the spot, you build stronger habits. To start shadowing, find a quiet place with minimal distractions. Put on headphones so you can hear every vowel and consonant clearly. Choose short audio clips of 2 to 5 seconds each. You might use an airport announcement or a clear sentence from a video. Play the clip and listen closely. As soon as you hear the first words, begin repeating without pausing. Keep your voice at the same speed as the original speaker. After the clip ends, play it again and repeat 3 times. Each repetition deepens your connection to the sounds. Emma stands in the terminal, headphones on, and selects a simple announcement. Boarding for flight MU513 begins at gate 12. She listens and then echoes. Boarding for flight MU513 begins at gate 12. Twice more, she repeats the sentence, paying attention to the soft B in boarding and the clear number 513. After 3 echoes, she smiles. She knows she has taken her first step toward using her voice more naturally. Here is a quick new activity you can try right now. Choose any clear, short sentence, an announcement, a line from a video, or a phrase in a podcast. Play it and shadow it 3 times. Record yourself on your phone if you like. Then listen back and notice at least one place where you sounded stronger. This simple practice, which we could call an echo snapshot, takes only 30 seconds but gives you real insight into your progress. As you repeat each sentence, remember to celebrate every small success. Nail the ending sound of boarding, or get the rising tone in begins just right. These tiny victories add up. A positive attitude makes shadowing feel like a game rather than a chore. Before you move on, pause for a moment. Read the question out loud in your best English voice. Why does speaking out loud help my English? Notice how your mouth moves and feel your chest expand slightly with each word. If your lips feel tense, Relax them and try again with a gentle smile. That moment of self-awareness is exactly where real improvement begins. By the end of this warm-up, you understand what shadowing is, why it works, and how to start. You have tried your first echo snapshot, and you know the power of celebrating small wins. Keep that positive energy as you move forward. In the next stage, you will join Emma in her taxi ride across Shanghai's skyline, where real conversations and a few surprises await. Happy shadowing. Emma steps out of the airport and into a waiting taxi. The driver, Mr. Lee, nods and smiles as she shows him the name of her hotel on her phone. The Boond View Hotel, she says softly. Her battery is low, but she has practiced her key phrases all morning. As the taxi moves into Shanghai's busy streets, Emma feels a mix of excitement and nervousness. She reminds herself to use the shadowing technique. Listen and repeat each phrase clearly in her mind. After a few minutes, Emma tries a polite request. "I would like to rest, please," she says, following the rhythm she practiced. Mr. Lee tilts his head slightly and replies, "Race? You want to race?" Emma's heart stops for a moment. She had meant to say resting, not racing. She takes a steady breath and repeats more slowly. Rest. R-E-S-T. The driver's eyes light up as he understands. Rest. Yes, I understand, he says with a laugh. In this moment, Emma practices the difference between the short E sound in rest and the long A sound in race. She repeats both words in her mind, saying each 3 times. Rest, race, rest, race. She notices how her mouth moves differently for each word and feels more confident with each repetition. A little later, Emma looks out the window at the passing buildings and decides to ask for a small stop. "Could we drop by the park on the way?" she asks. In her mind, she carefully stresses by. Mr. Lee responds, "Drop you off?" Emma realizes the mistake at once. He heard drop off instead of drop by. She slows her speech and clarifies, "Drop by, B-Y, not off, O-F-F. We visit the park, please." Mr. Lee smiles and nods kindly. They laugh together as he repeats the correct phrase. Drop by the park. Emma practices the 2 phrases again. Drop by, drop off. Drop by, drop off. She feels the stress on the different final words and knows she has learned something important. As they continue their drive, Emma reflects on how these small confusions taught her to listen more carefully. At first, she felt embarrassed by the mix-ups, but Mr. Lee's friendly laughter turned her embarrassment into a shared joke. She realizes that a kind response can make a learner feel safe and supported. She practices imagining Mr. Lee's gentle smile as she tries new sentences, knowing that empathy can bridge any language gap. To deepen her practice, Emma tries a new activity she calls Roll Swap Record. She records herself first as Emma, using her shy but determined tone. Then she records herself as Mr. Lee, adopting a warm and patient voice. After playing both recordings, she notices how tone and pace change the meaning behind the same words. She repeats this process twice more, each time improving her clarity and emotional expression. By the time the taxi reaches the hotel, Emma feels a quiet sense of achievement. She has handled 2 common misunderstandings and turned them into learning moments. She thanks Mr. Lee for his kindness and practices one more time. Thank you for your help and have a good day. She says it slowly, matching his calm mid-tone. He replies, You're welcome. Enjoy your stay. Emma smiles and Stell out, ready for the next adventure. Through this simple taxi ride, Emma demonstrates how shadowing and a positive attitude can turn confusion into confidence. She knows that every misunderstanding is an opportunity to practice again, to listen harder, and to speak more clearly. With each new phrase, she moves closer to the ease and grace of a fluent speaker. Now that you have practiced with Emma's story, let us review the most useful phrases and learn some new exercises to keep improving. First, repeat these sentences out loud, slowly and clearly. I would like to rest, please. Notice the short E sound in rest. Then say, You want to race? And feel the long A in race. Next, try, Could we drop by the park with stress on by, and then, Please drop me off here, with stress on off. Finally, ask yourself, Where from? In a rising tone, and celebrate when someone answers with a smile by saying, Finally, you get it. With these phrases fresh in your mind, focus on two sets of minimal pairs. Shadow the words rest and race 3 times each. Feel how your mouth changes shape for each vowel. Then do the same for drop by and drop off, saying each phrase slowly, then at a normal pace. After you master these sounds, practice stress patterns. Read a question like, Could we drop by the park? With a rising voice at the end. Then read a statement like, We dropped by the park, with a falling voice. This simple change in pitch will make your English sound more natural. Here is a new drill called Shadow Story Swap. Write a short twist on Emma's ride. For example, imagine Emma asks Mr. Lee for a coffee shop instead of a park. Your script might say, Can we stop by a coffee shop? And yes, latte or espresso. Read your new lines aloud and record yourself. Then play back your recording and shadow it immediately, matching every word and pause. This exercise gives you creative control and helps you practice fresh sentences in a familiar context. To add emotion to your practice, read each key phrase with different feelings. First, say, I would like to rest, please, as if you have just climbed a tall mountain, your voice confident and warm. Next, say, You want to race, with surprised energy, as though you cannot believe the question. Notice how your tone, pace, and volume change with each feeling. This emotion-driven practice connects your mind and voice, making each phrase more memorable. For steady progress, integrate shadowing into your daily routine. In the morning, pick a short news headline, maybe a weather update or a traffic report, and shadow it for 2 minutes before breakfast. During the day, try echo journaling. Read your to-do list or a calendar reminder out loud in full sentences. This keeps your speaking muscles active even when you are busy. At night, stand in front of a mirror and ask yourself simple questions like, Where from? Or, Could we drop by the park? Speaking to your reflection builds confidence and helps you notice your mouth movements. Finally, take on the 7-day shadowing challenge. Commit to 5 minutes of shadowing each day for 1 week. Choose any short audio clip or your own recordings from the Shadow Story Swap. Keep a simple log with the date, the phrase you practiced, and one note on your improvement, perhaps a clearer vowel sound or smoother rhythm. At the end of the week, Look back on your log and celebrate how far your voice has come. Every step you take, from reviewing core phrases to trying new drills and adding emotion, brings you closer to speaking English with ease. Remember, consistency is key. Trust the process of shadowing. Enjoy each small success and let your confidence grow. Your next adventure in English awaits. Emma's journey in Shanghai began the moment she stepped off the plane at Pudong Airport. From her first echo snapshot in the terminal to her polite request for rest in the taxi, she demonstrated how shadowing can turn simple practice into real success. When she said, "I would like to rest," and Mr. Lee heard race, she paused, corrected her vowel sound, and repeated with calm focus. Later, her careful stress on drop by versus drop off showed how small changes in pronunciation can clear up big misunderstandings. Along the way, Emma used kind words, slow speech, and a positive attitude to connect with her driver. By recording herself in role swap exercises and adding emotion to each line, she built confidence and made her English sound more natural. In this story, Emma faced embarrassment, but she also discovered that mistakes are not failures. They are chances to learn. When Mr. Lee laughed kindly, Emma realized that a warm response can make all the difference. She turned each slip-up into a shared joke and a learning moment. Through echo snapshots, role swap recordings, and emotion-driven practice, Emma found that repetition, reflection, and a little creativity can bring rapid progress. The deep lesson from Emma's taxi ride is simple. Real growth comes from combining active listening with immediate action. When you shadow, you engage your mind and your mouth at the same time. You build muscle memory for pronunciation, and you train your ear to pick up subtle differences. Beyond language, this lesson applies to any skill you wish to master. Whether you're learning a new instrument, practicing a sport, or developing a work habit, the key is to act right away on what you hear or see. Practice in small bursts. Celebrate small wins. And stay positive even when you stumble. Now, it is your turn. Think of a moment when you mispronounced an English word. Did you laugh, correct yourself, and try again? Use the same approach Emma did. Shadow a short clip. Record yourself and notice one place to improve. Repeat 3 times, and you will feel your confidence grow. Thank you for listening to Emma's story from start to finish. You have sharpened your listening and speaking skills simply by following along. To see how well you understood, answer this quick quiz in the comments below. What did Emma say by mistake in the taxi? A. She said race instead of rest. B. She said rest instead of race. Type A or B in the comments now. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more free, high-quality English content. We work hard to share these stories at no cost to you, but donations keep us going. If you can, please consider donating to our channel so we can continue bringing you valuable lessons. Thank you for your support and happy learning!